Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek and I'm back with another kind of look at here. Today I'm taking a look at Super Comboman Struggles Adventures. This is a game by Interabang Entertainment and published by Adult Swim. And as usual, being published by Adult Swim pretty much guarantees that it's going to be a good game. I've spent maybe about an hour and a half with this one so far. I will link to the Steam page, of course, in the description so you can purchase this. I'm not sure about price, but I do have platforms that is going to be available for Windows. So you can go ahead and click on the Steam page if you would like to check that out. But with that, we're going to jump right in here. I'm going to basically skip over the story, but as far as what's going on here, we are Struggles, and we've got a combo store here where we can buy more combos. Given the title, you can probably guess that we're going to be doing a lot of comboing things, so maybe I'll actually buy some more moves here. That'd probably be a good idea, actually. I haven't bought any moves in a while. Maybe I will do, like... Let's see, let's get this guy and a pile driver. Let's do that. So there's that stuff, and then there are also perks which we can get. And basically the way the perks work is that if we are able to get a high enough combo, our perks kick into effect. And there are like 6 or 8 perks or so. We can also collect stickers, but that's kind of not really the focus of the gameplay here. Those are just kind of like extra collectibles to find in the gameplay. Like I said, I'm going to skip the story elements here. Basically, we are chasing after Super Comboman and kind of learning to fight as we go, which is kind of cool. We've got kind of this sort of, Super Comboman's kind of our idol here, and then we are learning how to be Super Comboman, if you will. But also, we are trying to get this job here, working at what is basically kind of like a construction company. So, as far as like our gameplay here, we have got a couple moves, as you can see. And if you look down in the bottom left, that's our smash meter. Our smash meter basically allows us to do the purple tinted moves. So that is Super Comboman. And we basically have to use these moves to handle some combat, get around the environment, stuff like that. As far as like if you want a very quick... I know this is not always the best way to do this kind of like journalism and stuff like that, but if you want like a very quick kind of like description of what the game is, you can think of like Guacamelee, but without the Metroidvania elements. Rather than like trying to get through these levels to gain abilities so that we can go back. We don't have like an open world environment here. Rather, we've got this kind of just like linear environments, but it's more on the brawler side, although there is a little bit of platforming. But I think that it's different enough that it certainly stands on its own merits and it's definitely worth picking up. I've been having a blast with it so far. I will say that I like probably 90%, maybe even like 95% of the moment-to-moment gameplay. There are a couple things that we may run into that cause a little bit of frustration. Occasionally there's something where you have to like bounce an enemy into a button or something, and it doesn't always work as much as I would like it to, so that can get a little annoying. And then the only other real complaint I've got is like the wall jumping, which have more occurrences than the other thing I was talking about. But yeah, wall jumping is not the most accurate, we'll say. It kind of reminds me of like Super Metroid wall jumping, where like once you get it, I think it'll probably click, but it hasn't quite clicked for me yet. And actually we've got a little bit of wall jumping there that I can show off. It is not as easy as I would like it to be, basically. And I'm not saying that it necessarily has to be easy, but it's certainly not really simple to get. Okay, so you can kind of see what's going on here with the wall jumping. I can normally get one, but it's like the repeat jumps that are a real issue, and I'm not sure if maybe I just missed something in the tutorialization of it, or if it's really like this finicky, but I've had you know, some troubles. Luckily, that's just like an extra thing, and a lot of times that's what it is the wall jump will take you to an extra thing. Yes, we do have a parry here, which also kind of leads into our combos. But honestly, yeah, those are like the only two things I don't like, and they don't show up very often, which is certainly nice. Alright. So yeah, I guess I chose a bit of a bad level because it's going to make us do a little bit of tutorial stuff, but nothing too bad. As far as like tutorialization, I don't think it's too bad in the game. There's maybe a little bit too much, but it wasn't to the point where I was like, you know, getting upset that it wasn't just getting to the gameplay. It does teach you pretty well what to do, but then once it's over, the game really kind of ramps up, and we'll jump into another level here after this level. It does get quite a bit difficult, so you will have probably some difficulties here. Yeah, actually, there's a life lost there. You do tend to lose actually quite a bit of progress. We lucked out there, but checkpoints are a little few and far between, so dying can actually be a pretty big deal. Oh. Especially if you are not very good at the game like I am, sometimes a single enemy can kind of spell your doom. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of that. Yeah, you know, sometimes like I feel like I'm really on a roll, and other times we'll come up against kind of like some champion type enemies a little later, and they are quite a bit more difficult, and they do more attacks. They'll sometimes parry, they'll have shields, because we also have a shield, and obviously that just makes everything a little more difficult. You saw already what we do with the money that we get, so that's kind of your incentive for trying to not die, because then you get more money, because obviously when you die you lose a bunch of money, and that's, you know, kind of counterproductive to the goal here, because you want money so you can buy more moves, so you can combo better, things like that. Alright, we do get a 3-star rating at the end of each level, but it's not necessary to move on or anything, that's more just for you. As far as the length of the game, maybe I shouldn't have jumped into this level. I haven't actually beaten this level yet, but that's okay. This will show off some of the difficulty, I guess, as we head forward here. Okay. Loading times aren't too bad, but they do get a little lengthy sometimes. Okay. So, we are going to jump in here and check out what is going on in a level that is a little bit more difficult than the other ones we've been going on with. Alright, so I will do that, which will drop everyone. So this guy's a champion type enemy, so is that guy. So we kind of jump in right off the bat with some more difficult enemies. Hopefully I can do alright here. Things that I really like about it though are, you know, it's called Super Comboman, so you know, you want to feel like you can pull off cool combos. And I feel like we get a lot of that. And it's actually through a lot of the really nice kind of stylish animations, I feel. You know, the game's got a really nice art style, and the animations look fantastic, and that's all a big part of it. You know what kind of brings you in is through the animation, through the art style and stuff, the game makes you feel like you are pulling off really crazy combos, even when you aren't. Oh, that was really close. Good save. Okay, I'm gonna let these kind of settle. So, you know, I am not that good at this game at all. I'm not really good at brawler games at all. I'm certainly not that good at this one, but the game does a good job of making me feel like I'm better than I am, just because, you know, just because of the way the animation works and the way that the art style is. It makes you feel like you are pulling off really cool combos. I think it, you know, part of it is the fairly easy parry system, and all the animations just do a good job of kind of flowing together really nicely, and that actually goes a really long way for making you feel like you are, you know, pretty proficient at the fighting system here, which I think is a big important point, because it's going to mean that for people who don't have the time or haven't played a lot of brawlers, it's gonna mean that it can draw people like that in, because I'm not the biggest fan of brawlers. I don't do a lot of it, so for me it's not that easy. But this makes it feel easy, and that it's hard to explain. Like, it makes it feel easy without necessarily making the game feel easy. And I think that's a pretty strong quality to the game. Okay. I have made it this far to the level before, but we're coming up on the spot that was kind of ending my runs earlier. Yeah, speaking of the art system though, since we were on that already, I think the art style is really, really nice. It all just looks really nice. We got like these cool, almost like comic book style borders around everything. It almost reminds me of like playing Comic Zone or something, which is really cool. Kind of an old reference there, but it feels like maybe there was some inspiration there, which I think is awesome, because great game that had similar style gameplay, so that's really cool to see that perhaps being kind of referenced here. Oh man. Okay, I need to find hopefully some boxes. Regular boxes have fruit and stuff in them, which lets you heal. And I don't want to die here. Okay. Alright, yeah, this is the spot that was causing me trouble earlier. Because it is a fairly long checkpoint. Yeah, I died there. Although, oh no, my coins are gonna disappear. It almost like makes me a little upset that the coins pop up at all. Because I don't think I've ever been able to actually get to my coins after I die. So I only really catch the ones that I can catch before they disappear. Okay, yeah, this guy's gonna cause us some grief. Let's see what we can do there. Okay. Okay. He's not too bad if we can catch a lot of parries. Yeah, and I did. That was actually probably the best I've done at that part, so that was nice to see. Other than that, so I guess like the only thing left that we haven't really talked about is the music in the game. I think the music's pretty good. It's certainly not like bad at all, I would say. It doesn't like necessarily stand out as something that is, I don't, basically what I'm saying is I don't know that I would like buy the soundtrack for this, but it is, it is good to listen to while playing. And at the end of the day, that's all I really expect from a game soundtrack, so I can say that it's working on that level for sure. Okay. I would love actually to beat this level here. It's definitely causing me some grief. As far as like the length of the game, obviously I haven't beaten the game, but you saw that I spent an hour and a half-ish to do the 2 tutorial levels, which I breezed right through, and then this is like the 3rd real level, and it's like once you hit past the tutorial levels, the difficulty definitely ramps up. And it looks like there's about maybe 15 or 16 or so levels total. So, you can kind of work out there how much you're going to get out of it. Besides, you can 3-star things, there's stuff to buy in the game, stickers to collect. So, depending on how much of a fan of brawler games you are, I think you could potentially get actually quite a bit of time out of this, which is nice to see. It's definitely a game that could potentially have some meat to it. As far as price, like I said, I don't know, but knowing that it's published by Adult Swim, I would expect pretty fair pricing. They tend to, in my opinion, actually underprice their games, which you don't see a lot of, so that's nice. I would expect a pretty reasonable price here. But I don't know that I have too much else to show off. Let's get past this area here and see what's next, and then maybe after that we will kind of wrap things up. I do want to say, like, despite my few complaints here, I don't want you to come across, like, come out of this thinking that I've got, like, a negative opinion about this at all. I'm a big fan of this game, actually, and I wasn't necessarily expecting to be you know, I kind of went into it because of the cool art style, but I came out of it finding a brawler that I actually like, and that does not happen often. So yeah, I'd say like as far as brawlers go, this is a very good one. It's fun. If you like Adult Swim's other games, I think this should probably be a no-brainer purchase for you, because it's got, you know, the same kind of charm and style to all of their games, besides just having really solid, fun gameplay. Alright, whoa. The camera does occasionally get a little wonky, like you saw there, when you're transitioning through environments. Okay, these like shake around sometimes. Okay. Oh, that gave me a speed up, which is a little weird. Okay, so I'm not sure what the idea is here, what we're doing. But I can actually break those? Is that even a good idea? Oh, it doesn't seem to matter. Do I need to kill that guy? It seems like that may be what we're going for here, is that I actually need to kill this guy before moving on. Ooh. Oh, that stinks. Alright, yeah, so you can see this is why I've been stuck at this part. It takes you all the way back here. So, yeah, this is definitely a tough part, so I guess if you were worrying about difficulty, you can see that it certainly does get more difficult. But I think this is probably all I've got to say about the game. Yeah, like I said, a couple complaints, but you know, 90 to 95% of the moment-to-moment gameplay is very, very good, and I can highly recommend this, especially if you're a fan of brawlers. But even if you're not, it's pretty friendly to people who aren't normally into the genre. So I would say definitely check it out and enjoy another great game from. Well, I guess maybe the first game from Interabang, but another great game published by Adult Swim. They know what they're doing, and I followed their judgment, and they haven't proved me wrong yet. So, yep, I would definitely say if you like Adult Swim, if you like brawlers, or if you don't know anything about either of those and this just looks interesting to you, well, it plays as interesting as it looks. So, I can pretty much easily recommend this to anyone. So, I think that is where we're going to end off for today, but as always, feel free to leave comments. If there's anything that you'd like to comment about, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos from me every single day. And of course, if you like the episode, then please do consider clicking the like button. But with that, I thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time.